Hello everyone and welcome back to another playthrough in Fortnite Horror. In today's episode, we're taking a look at Travel Train. If you recognize the creator's code, this is the same creator that made Loop Room. I actually tried playing this a couple times beforehand, and I found this actually to be a little bit more of a puzzle challenge as opposed to a horror game. There are horror elements to it, but I think the whole idea that you're supposed to get through this compound or subway system, whatever it is, that's pretty much the crux of the actual game itself. Now, once again, since I have played through this quite a bit already, I'm not going to add any commentary to this since my responses aren't going to be as genuine. But my hope is that this could be some sort of guide to your playthrough so that it makes it a little bit easier for you guys to get through it. So with that all being said, let's hop in. Before I cut the commentary entirely, I do want to mention that I will jump in a couple times during the playthrough because there were some things that were a little too challenging for me to get in the first try, and I figured that it might be better if I explain it to you with some sort of extra commentary. But from now on, no more commentary. Let's go. So this is the first challenge you're going to run into that's going to give you a fair bit of grief. I found that for the most part, I had to play around with a lot of the switches in order to get the right combination to open up that barred area there. So I found that if you flip these two guys, this guy, and this guy, it opens everything up. So again, if you need it, pause the video, take a look at the pattern, and then just copy that. This one's going to be a little bit more challenging because it involves you remembering all of the sayings that were noted earlier. This one here, this one here, and finally this one here. So you have to keep those in mind if you're going to finish this game, because the issue is that you have to set the pattern in the way that those sentences are kind of alluding to. So generally speaking, you're just going to have to play with the switches and remember what the sayings meant. Instead of me just explain that wholesale to you right now, I'm just going to do that for you for your own viewership. Okay, guys, that was my run through of Travel Train. As stated beforehand, it's a little bit more of a puzzle game than a horror game, which I don't mind doing because I like that sense of accomplishment, trying to get through different rooms and different sequences that you just have to figure out a way how to progress through. It didn't really turn into a horror game until the latter part because those little squid monsters would come out of the walls and start slowly floating towards you. What made everything a lot more unsettling about that part was the fact that those things wouldn't make a noise until they got really close to you. If you are looking for something that is a little bit more of a puzzle game as opposed to a horror game, this is probably your jam. If you're looking for more of a horror game, I suggest looking at maybe another thing this creator has done, which is Loop Room. Loop Room is definitely something that builds up that suspense that you think something's going to happen, and then it attacks you, or something just pops up. This is definitely a fun game to play. Highly recommend that you play with your friends. If you want to play it by yourself, that's also good. I found that it was a little bit more of a genuine experience playing by myself, but to each their own. Another thing I will note is that this creator has come out with a Chapter 2 installment of this, so I will be going into that a little bit later. But with regards to Chapter 1, I'm going to just conclude everything there. If you are interested in playing this game, the creator's code is in the top left-hand corner, and the island code is right next to it.